For decades, the rule was simple. If you wanted to go fast, you had to be rich. But in 2027, that rule is dead. We have entered a timeline where a Toyota hatchback has 300 horsepower and a family sedan can out-accelerate a Lamborghini for a fraction of the price. Today, we are counting down the top 10 fastest cars under $50,000. We have the last V8 heroes, the turbocharged giant killers, and a number one pick that is basically a cheat code for the street. Welcome to Motor Metric. Let's look at the data. Number 10, the 2027 Mazda MX-5 Miata. We begin with a car that has never relied on horsepower to make a point. For decades, this vehicle has been the answer to every automotive question. But for 2027, the formula is changing. Industry insiders believe the next generation, the NE, will introduce electrification to the purest chassis in the world. You might ask, why is a car with less than 200 horsepower on a fastest cars list? Because speed is not just about straight lines, it is about cornering speed. For 2027, Mazda is expected to utilize a 48-volt mild hybrid system combined with the Skyactiv X engine. This eliminates the one weakness of the Miata, torque dip. Let's look at the metrics. Power, estimated 195 horsepower. Torque, 180 pound-feet. The sprint, 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. Weight, under 2,500 pounds. In a world of 2-ton electric SUVs, the Miata stands alone. It is a lesson in physics. It proves that lightness is the ultimate performance modification. While it will lose a drag race to a minivan on a tight canyon road, it will hang on the bumper of a Porsche Cayman. The metric verdict. It is the last affordable sports car that truly talks to you. It is analog joy in a digital world. Estimated price, $34,000. Number 9, the 2027 Hyundai Elantra N. If the Miata is a precision scalpel, our next entry is a jagged knife. 5 years ago, nobody took this brand seriously in the performance world. Now, they are building some of the most aggressive track cars on the market. This is not a rental car. The N division, led by former BMW M engineers, has turned a boring commuter sedan into a front-wheel drive weapon. The real magic here is the N Grin Shift button. It is a literal red button on the steering wheel that overboosts the turbo and transmission for 20 seconds of pure chaos. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 286 horsepower with boost. Torque, 289 pound-feet. The sprint, 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Top speed, 155 miles per hour. The Elantra N separates itself with its cornering differential. It uses an electronic limited slip system that pulls the nose into the corner, virtually eliminating understeer. It feels mechanical. It feels raw. And the exhaust sounds like gunfire in a library. The metric verdict. It is the best performance per dollar value for an internal combustion car today. It offers BMW M3 levels of fun for 1/3 of the price. Estimated price, $36,500. Number 8, the 2027 Subaru WRX TS. Our next entry was born in the mud, while its competitors have moved to pavement-only setups. This car remains the king of all-weather performance. It is the only car on this list that you can drive at 100 miles per hour in a blizzard. The STI may be dead, but the TS, tuned by STI, has taken its place. For 2027, Subaru has refined the 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine. It provides a distinct, offbeat rumble that is instantly recognizable. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 271 horsepower. Torque, 258 pound-feet. The sprint, 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Transmission, 6-speed manual. The numbers on paper look modest, but on the street, the WRX feels faster because it has traction everywhere. In the rain, in the dirt, on gravel, this car simply goes. The metric verdict. It is ugly, it is thirsty, and the interior feels dated. But if you live anywhere with real weather, this is the only sports car that makes sense 365 days a year. Estimated price, $43,000. Number 7, the 2027 Volkswagen Golf GTI Clubsport. Subaru builds cars with a hammer, Volkswagen builds cars with a ruler. Our next entry is the gold standard for the hot hatch. It is the car you buy when you need to track day on Sunday, but drive your boss to lunch on Monday. We are specifically choosing the Clubsport specification here. The standard GTI is good, but the Clubsport is angry. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 296 horsepower. Torque, 295 pound-feet. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds. Top speed, 166 miles per hour. The magic of the GTI is the VAQ differential. It essentially vectors torque to the outside wheel, allowing a front-wheel drive car to mimic the handling of a rear-wheel drive car. It doesn't push, it rotates. The metric verdict: it is the adult in the room. It lacks the juvenile aggression of the Hyundai, but it makes up for it with sophistication and resale value. Estimated price, $41,000. Number 6. The Nissan Z Sport. While the Germans focus on refinement, Nissan reached back into its history books. They took a proven platform, added retro styling, and dropped in an engine that belongs in a car costing twice as much. This is the cheat code of the group. Under the hood lies the VR30 DDTT engine, a 3-liter twin-turbo V6. In the world of 4 cylinders, having a twin-turbo 6 for under $50,000 is unheard of in 2027. The sport trim keeps the price down by removing the leather seats and the fancy brakes, but it keeps the heart of the beast. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 400 horsepower. Torque, 350 pound-feet. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Layout, front engine, rear-wheel drive. The Z is not a precision instrument like the Miata. It is a muscle car disguised as a sports car. But when the boost hits, it pulls harder than anything else in its class. It is a drift car out of the box. The metric verdict: it is flawed, it feels old. But 400 horsepower for this price is a math equation that is impossible to ignore. Estimated price, $44,500. Number 5. The Toyota GR Corolla. If I told you 10 years ago that a Toyota Corolla would be one of the most desirable performance cars in the world, you would have laughed. But the mad scientists at Gazoo Racing have built a Frankenstein monster that demands respect. This car shouldn't exist. It uses a tiny 1.6-liter 3-cylinder engine, but here it is boosted to within an inch of its life to produce 300 horsepower. That is 100 horsepower per cylinder, a specific output that rivals hypercars. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 300 horsepower. Torque, 295 pound-feet. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. Weight, 3,200 pounds. The GR Corolla is raw. It is loud. It vibrates. It is a car so highly strung that it feels like it might explode. And if you read the forums, sometimes they do. It is living on the edge. The metric verdict: buying a Corolla for 50 grand sounds insane. And finding a dealer who will sell it to you for MSRP is even crazier. But if you can get one, it is a bargain. Estimated price, $46,000. Number 4. The Honda Civic Type R. We have reached the point where engineering defies logic. Front-wheel drive cars are supposed to have limits. They are supposed to understeer. Honda ignored those rules. The Type R is widely considered the best-handling front-wheel drive car ever made, period. Honda's dual-axis strut front suspension completely eliminates torque steer. You can mash the throttle mid-corner, and the steering wheel does not fight you. It just pulls you deeper into the apex. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 315 horsepower. Torque, 310 pound-feet. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. Top speed, 169 miles per hour. The metrics don't capture the feeling. The shifter feel is mechanical perfection. On a technical racetrack, the Civic Type R will embarrass cars costing double or triple the price. The metric verdict: dealers mark them up for a reason. It is the pinnacle of Japanese engineering in an affordable package. Estimated price, $48,500. Number 3. The 2027 Toyota GR86. We mentioned the Miata earlier as the Purity King, but what if you want that purity with a fixed roof? Our next entry is the entry-level drug for track day enthusiasts worldwide. For 2027, the rumors are swirling. While the current generation uses a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated boxer, reports from Japan suggest the next evolution could utilize the turbocharged 3-cylinder from the GR Corolla. If this happens, it fixes the only complaint owners have ever had: straight-line speed. But even without the turbo, the current GR86 is a chassis masterpiece. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 228 to 250 horsepower. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Center of gravity, lower than a Porsche Cayman. The GR86 is about feedback. You feel every pebble on the road through the steering wheel. It teaches you how to drive. It doesn't use computers to save you. It uses balance. The metric verdict. Whether it stays naturally aspirated or gets a turbo, the GR86 remains the best first sports car you can buy. Estimated price, $33,000. Number 2. The 2027 Ford Mustang GT. The Chevrolet Camaro is dead. The Dodge Challenger is electric. There is only one soldier left standing in the pony car wars. If you want a V8 engine under $50,000 in 2027, you have exactly one choice. Ford refuses to let the V8 die. The 5-liter Coyote V8 is a legend. It breathes air. It drinks gas. And it revs to 7,500 revolutions per minute. In a world of silent EVs and buzzy 4 cylinders, the sound of this engine is a religious experience. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 486 horsepower. Sound, 105 decibels of freedom. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Quarter mile, 12.5 seconds. You buy this car for the drama. You buy it to do burnouts. You buy it to wake up the neighbors. It is large, it is heavy, and it is magnificent. The metric verdict. Get it while you can. The V8 engine is on borrowed time. Estimated price, $47,000. But be warned, the V8 era is ending, because what comes next doesn't need gas to destroy it. Number 1. The 2027 Tesla Model 3 Performance. We have reached the summit, and this is where emotions clash with hard data. The Mustang offers soul. The Miata offers purity. But our number 1 pick offers one thing above all else: violence. Love him or hate him, Elon Musk has democratized speed. The refreshed Highland Model 3 Performance is a weapon. For the price of a well-equipped Camry, you get a car that can accelerate faster than a Lamborghini Huracan. There is no gear shifting, no revving, no drama. You simply mash the pedal, and your head hits the headrest. It is violent efficiency. Let's look at the metrics. Power, 510 horsepower. Torque, 546 pound-feet. The Sprint, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Quarter mile, 11 seconds. The argument against Tesla was always handling, but the new model features adaptive damping, forged wheels, and a dedicated track mode. It allows you to adjust the handling balance, drifting the car like a rear-wheel drive vehicle. The metric verdict. If you factor in the federal tax incentives, this is statistically the cheapest car on this list to own. Yet it destroys everything else in a straight line. It is a cheat code. Estimated price, $49,990. The sub-50K market is the final battleground. On one side, we have the emotional roar of the V8 Mustang. On the other, the silent violence of the Tesla. Which side of history are you on? Would you take the soul of the Ford or the speed of the EV? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, click the video on the right to see the top 10 extreme trucks of 2027. You won't believe how much torque number 1 has. Thanks for watching Motor Metric.